Nope. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to BND Live, the Friday night Dungeons and Dragons stream, where a bunch of high school friends attempt to play Dungeons and Dragons remotely via the internet. With us, as always, we have Erin as Agnes the Bard, Tim as Twizzard the Wizard, Stephen as Finric the Monk, and Chris as Paelias the Cleric will be joining us shortly. I am Shawn, your ever faithful and humble DM, and this is BND Live.
And be happy.
All right, folks. Let's do a quick recap from last week, shall we? So we started just around 4:30 down in the caves of Fenton, where the hot springs used to be. Mr. Bones was on his last legs, and there was a giant Oni, a ogre mage, attacking. But thanks to a stunning blow from Finric and a fireball from Twizzard, rest in peace, Mr. Bones, the Oni wasn't doing so well. However, a spectator, a multiple eyeballed beast, came and joined the fight. Lily attacked it. It froze Finric. The Oni was regenerating. A cone of cold almost kills Finric and Paelias and does kill Lily, or knocks her unconscious. Final fireball from Twizzard, however, takes it down. And then there was a short rest, a lot of discussion about how to heal and which things to use to heal, and lots of exciting talk about healing. And then, meanwhile, Finn and Twizzard were busy burning the flesh and muscle off of the Oni to render a roughly 9-foot skeleton for new Mr. Bones. I think that's still his name, not 100% sure. His armor didn't fit as well, though, so the armor went to Lily. You also found some runes. Agnes found some runes saying that the energy for the ritual room is provided by the fire of the planet. Finn tried to dispel the magical trap on the door and failed and needed to rest. You all had a nice dinner and then spent the night in Agnes's tiny hut with, I believe, Mr. Bones standing outside. And that is where we'll pick things up today. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Oh, that was a nice rest. Nobody was snoring inside of my tiny little hut.
Still feel a little bit tired myself.
Well, I'm sure that your shroom eating from yesterday gave you some hallucinating dreams.
It was a little bit weird. Yeah. Hey, so are we gonna wake what's her name up, and then maybe she can try her she can try her powers again?
Yeah, but I think we should also think of alternatives, because we're not going to be able to just hang out here and wait for long rests until she gets a dispel magic. So if it doesn't work on whatever she could do today, then we have to have a backup plan.
Backup plan is me. I'm gonna kick it open.
Yeah, I mean, can we just magic missile it from a really far distance away and stay inside this tiny hut or something? Like, step outside the tiny hut, magic missiles, and run back in?
We could try.
The tiny hut should protect you from magical effects. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it.
What?
Funny, the spell fails if you include a larger creature or more than 9 creatures.
Yeah, so that means that Mr. Bones does have to remain outside, but we can always tell Mr. Bones to move further away from where the magic door is.
Can he come in if he bends down?
No, because then the tiny hut will be it'll just stop working.
Wait, because we have too many people, or
Because we have a large creature in there. It's only up to 9 medium creatures.
damn, Mr. Bones.
Or smaller. 9 or smaller.
Mr. Bones, wake up, Sinistral.
No, he can't come in.
I'm up.
Oh, how do you feel? You feel like pretty powerful and like spell wise and all.
Absolutely. I feel like I've had the benefits of a long rest. Now, I will say, though, that the magic on that door does seem powerful, which basically means that I may or may not be able to dispel the magical trap.
Finric, I would not say this to just anyone, but I believe in you.
Thank you, Finric.
That's true, he hasn't said that to any of us yet.
In fact, sometimes I feel like he is implying the opposite.
Sometimes I don't even think Twizzard is real.
It
Sometimes
seems
I'm
as
not
though
sure either.
something is just trying to kill him off all the time.
Yeah. Mr. Bones, please make us breakfast.
You see Mr. Bones go over to like the dry coals of the fire, and he just sort of like starts raking them together, and then he just holds his scimitar over the fire and starts warming it.
Good job, Mr. Bones. Who would like hot sword for breakfast?
It's a glaive. It's
Oh.
a glaive.
That's a scimitar.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll just have some of the provisions that we bought the other day.
Do you have any mushrooms?
Yeah, you can have
No,
some of
but
the
I do have
mushrooms.
some dried fruit, which is probably nice and chewy, like a mushroom.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, here's some dried fruit. I think these are apricots, if there's such a thing as an apricot in Oxnard.
That's something
Yeah,
for
yeah.
fruit.
There's apricot-like fruits. Why not?
Delicious.
Yeah, no more yogurt though.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah,
You'll probably find
but
some
you
in the
might
cave.
have some honey left, right? Some honey to go with the apricot or the muesli.
I did finish the muesli.
Oh, you
Oh,
finished that.
oh.
Yeah. I
We eat all our provisions.
I honestly I ate a lot of it and I was full, but like there wasn't that much left. So you know how why wait?
Yeah. And it's not like a doggy bag is going to help in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Does this tiny hut have a fridge?
No, but I can make it cool and dry. I can change the atmosphere in here if you'd like.
Now your tiny hut does only last 8 hours, so
Oh, okay. So it's
it-
probably
it's
probably
about
flickering
to
heat.
about to dissolve probably.
All right, I come downstairs from the penthouse of the tiny hut.
in his mind.
He conjured a second floor, a 3 foot by 3 foot. No, he's like
Twizzards
curled up.
only.
It's more like a loft.
Yeah, he conjured a second floor loft.
All right. So then, let's try at this door. We gotta problem solve this door because, as far as I can see, this is the next puzzle we have to solve.
All right, so you guys exit the tiny hut just as it dissolves around you, and you head
that's
back over to the far side.
Oh, it seems like we were able to jump over those fissures with ease.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
We are jump-
Mr. Twizzard must have cast Gust, and we just kind of all
I did no such thing.
floated over. Now, the ruins did say that was the fires of the depths or something that was energizing this ritual room. Could that also be energizing the magic? Like if we were to quote unquote freeze it to undo the cold? Could we try something? Does anyone? Oh, Paelias has some kind of icy thing, right? Ice touch or?
Yeah, I got something.
Paelias, just go to sleep until we actually need you.
You just leave him. Just leave him asleep.
Ooh, I can chill something with prestidigitation.
You could do what? Oh, you could chill it?
Can you, like,
Also,
freeze
1 cubic foot.
Is there a lock on this door? I don't remember.
It is essentially just there's just a very, very light tracing of where the door outline would be. It's not
That's right.
obvious.
Did we give it a thorough investigation?
Well, I saw it with my magical lens, and I saw that it had a spell protecting it, so it is magically booby trapped.
Can I investigate it again?
Absolutely.
Guess it changed overnight.
Are there any cracks or anything? Because, like, you know, if we were freezing it, we could pour like water in the cracks and then freeze that.
You can discern the edges of the door, but it's, like you could feel it rubbing your finger on it, but it's not like it's a very finely crafted door.
All right,
Let's
Mr.
see.
Twizzard,
I
what
got
did
20, 22.
Yeah, Paelias has a frostbite cantrip. Sorry, what did you get?
22.
22.
Mhm.
All right, so you're a wizard of some renown. You have seen doors of this magical nature before. You feel confident that there is a warding glyph placed on this door that will trigger something. You're not quite sure what, but it's probably going to be bad. But it's also you do discern the way to open it by placing your hands in a certain way, and by saying to a wizard of your stature, a rather routine incantation, the door will open.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Well, that's interesting. All right. So I tell the rest of the group what I have just remembered.
Okay, so a warding glyph. This was something that, as a bard, I was thinking about getting as I leveled up. So, do I know anything about warding glyphs if I was researching this as a possible spell?
Sure. You could give me another investigation check with that in mind,
All right.
or Arcana, whichever you prefer.
All right. Oh, I think they're the same for me. 15.
You're fairly certain it's explosive.
Okay. So
How
usually
explosive, you're not sure.
Usually when it comes to these warding glyphs, it's going to be an explosion. Remember the one that was in Falrith's office? That was an explosion of fire. Don't know if this is going to be fire. Could make sense since we're in this place that's heated.
Yeah.
The other warding glyph that you folks experienced was also set by Falrith, and it was in the basement, and it charmed Paelias without you knowing.
So 2 glyphs set by Falrith, and we just encountered a third. This is probably him too.
Yeah, could it be a Falrith glyph?
This is where he used to go for bathing in the hot springs.
So I'm going to relay this information to Finestrel and say, hey, listen, we have come across a couple of warding glyphs before. One was a charm, and one was an explosion of fire. I don't know if you can tell what it is, but now if you know it's a warding glyph, if that would help you in any way with your dispelling of the magic.
Well, I can certainly tell if it's there or not by detecting magic. And I can try to dispel it once again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I think that you don't need to detect it first. I think it's most likely still there.
Yes. No,
'Cause I
that's
thought
fair.
that it was tripped previously in the night.
All right. Well, I'll try again. All right. So she sort of concentrates, focuses on the door.
I know.
I think it's safe.
Ladies first.
Although caution is probably also worthwhile.
Well, yeah.
I might
money where your
stand
mouth
back.
is.
Finestel backs up to there.
Someone needs to do the incantation and touch it in the right places. That sounded very wrong.
Touch it all in the right places. Paelias walks up. He's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Hey, Paelias.
We figured out how to open it up. We'll step you through it.
Oh, that's great. Wait, what?
Has to be a cleric.
So I'm gonna ask Finestrel. Hey, did you just did the dispel magic and that's why you think it's gone, but you haven't done detect magic?
I could take 10 minutes and wait. Can I do detect magic at will? Hold on, let me think about this.
That's all right. Take your time. We're really not in any rush, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm starting.
Yeah, no, she can just do detect magic at will actually. So she's like, it is not showing the warding glyph magic anymore.
All right. Well then,
Charge.
hold on. Before Mr. Twizzard charges and tries to open the door because he seems to know how to open it, I'm going to cast enhanced ability on him.
Wait, I'm opening it. I thought we voted Paelias was opening it.
Does Paelias know how to open it?
Of course he does. I'll walk him through it.
Well, whoever is going to open, I'm going to cast a spell of enhance ability to. I think Bear's Endurance would probably be a good one because that'll give temporary hit points, as well as advantage on Constitution checks. So if we all stand back and one person does this, they'll have a little extra hit point buff and strength check. No, Constitution check. Though would dexterity be better?
Can we get Mr. Bones to open it?
I feel like the Bear's Endurance is a better one because of the temporary hit points. So who's gonna do it?
Mr. Bones, tear down this door.
He just starts hitting it.
Oh wait, assume the position. Right foot yellow.
Are you're gonna walk him through it?
Yes.
Well, there's also a verbal part. You'd have to do the verbal part yourself.
Maybe the magic is. Okay. All right.
You could try to have him do the motions and you do the verbal from far. I mean, how do you folks want to do this?
Mr. Bones can do it.
Are you sure Mr. Bones can do it?
Who else is gonna do it?
Then should I waste my enhance ability on him?
You just offended him by saying casting something beneficial would be a waste on him.
Well, I'm
I
willing
kind
to
of agree with Agnes though.
person who's living.
What was
I
that,
don't-
Stephen?
I
kind of
can't
agree with
cast
Agnes
some.
that it would be a waste on him.
Mr. Bones.
Boy, no Mr.
I'm
Bones
fine.
love.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Bones. Put your hands on the door and your feet on the floor. Repeat after me. Say these words 3. Doris,
door.
openest, nowest.
So okay, hold on.
I can see it. You can't say it.
Mr. Bones cannot talk.
Okay.
So, and
We gave it our best shot, guys. Come on.
A 9-foot tall skeleton couldn't open it. We're not doing it.
I will allow Mr. Bones to do the movements, the somatic movements, as it were. But you would have to do the verbal stuff.
Okay. So I stand behind Paelias and slowly poke him until he moves up closer, so I'm in speaking distance to the door, I guess. And then
Let's
I
see,
guess
is Paelias going to agree with you? Here, give me a persuasion check for Paelias, and I'll roll an opposing.
Uh-oh. My persuasion. 10.
He is not persuaded.
Paelias. Okay.
I think I'm closer than you are, Mr. Twizzard.
All right, then I'm prepared to tell you the magic words. You want to say it?
Would I know them because I was studying to possibly do warding glyphs?
No, well,
this is
this is the door now. This is the warding. The warding glyph is successfully dispelled. I mean, assuming you believe
Okay.
Finestel.
Well, I could double check that with my lens.
You could. Yep, and
So
if it's not there, you don't suffer any cracks to it.
So I'm going to. Well, but if it's the same magic, would it still show the same with the same crack? Or is it because it's a different time looking?
Considering this is a magic item I made up, I think it's just like, if you hold it up to look at something and you're continually looking through it, it would crack if there's and it would show the trap. And if you like put it away, then it's like it counts as another look, like if the trap's still there. So this.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to take the chance just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, you look through it. It is not trapped. It does not crack. You're good.
All right. So I'm just gonna say, listen, it's no longer got the guarding glyph ward. We can just do this.
After you.
All right. Well, okay, then fine. I'll go up and I'll do it, but I don't know the words.
I'll tell them to you.
Then tell me the words. I go up and I put my hands on the door.
All right, say this.
Mr. Bones.
Mash him, stick him in a stew.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
All right. As you finish the magical incantation of dubious origin, the door starts to and it starts to slide backwards, and just as it's 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, when it reaches the 7th inch, all around the door floods water, and I'm gonna need you each
Run,
to
Mr.
make.
Bones.
I'm gonna need you each to make a dexterity saving throw. As this like tsunami of water, this door, which is probably 4 feet by 6 feet, just opens up and all this
14.
water. What's that?
I'm 14.
All right, Agnes, you jump out of the way to safety.
20.
Finric, you also jump out of the way to safety.
A little bit of
And
flourish, though.
everyone here floats.
What's that?
A little bit of flourish, though, right?
What's that?
I said a little bit of flourish.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
He twirls in the air as he does it.
Yeah, he totally.
That sounds more like me.
Doesn't get a bit wet.
Lily also manages to elude it. Finn is good, and fly. Wow, what did you get, Twizzard?
11.
Oh, okay, great. So, that's too bad. So, so everybody sees this water coming out, almost as if in slow motion. Oh, you should roll for Mr. Bones too.
7.
Wait,
I don't think
plus dexterity.
it doesn't matter. I got 11.
9. 9 for Mr. Bones.
All right. So Twizzard, maybe fearing for Mr. Bones, he's so distracted as Mr. Bones gets caught in this wave. Agnes jumps to the side, and I'm going to say that Mr. Bones flows and bumps into you, Twizzard, and you both basically fall down this fissure.
Can I do a reaction?
Yes.
I cast Featherfall on the two.
All right. So as they disappear down this fissure, Twizzard and Mr. Bones both start to fall slowly. Now, meanwhile, this water that's flowing, making the ground very slippery, as you all back up and dodge it, it starts to pour down the fissures as well. Now, Twizzard, as you fall, the crack is narrow, and then it opens up, but you're falling slowly. There's water just pouring down. It's like you're in a waterfall. As you're falling down, you can barely see, but give me a roll for perception.
Perception 14.
All right, as you fall, you look down and you see red hot pools of magma below you. And
Oh,
as
boy.
you're falling slowly, the water, which is still falling fast, starts to hit those pools. And as you look down, steaming, steam, plumes of steam sort of flow up past you and Mr. Bones as you're like twisting in the air, and you're sort of tossed in this maelstrom of this odd weather pattern. Everyone up above sees these things of steam burst out of the fissures as this water, now mostly spent, is now just trickling out of the open door. We'll catch up with Mr. Twizzard in a second. What do you
boy.
folks up above do?
So, oh gosh, I don't even have a spell other than the feather fall that can help them.
The door is now open, and you can see into the room.
Well, then I guess the next best thing is to
See if there's anything in the room.
start exploring. Yeah.
Just go on with your life.
Okay. Twizzard, we'll be back in a bit. Just sit tight.
You know what it's like to fall down into deep cracks below the regular ground. You know, you've done this before. You found the pirate ship. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that.
Can't really tell where
All right.
he blows him. That's really my clutch move.
You're gonna stunning strike him too, right?
Yeah.
Stunning strike, Twizzard.
I don't need that kind of help.
So
All right,
who's
so-
going in first? Actually, probably Finestel, unless someone wants to try to beat her and have an initiative roll off. She would definitely run in.
Well, I feel like I was right next to the door to begin with.
Fair enough. All right, so you're first inside. Finn's right behind. Lily's behind you. Paelias is bringing up the rear. So Agnes, Finn, Paelias, you folks immediately recognize this as one of the chambers that you've seen before. However, again, these symbols are in a slightly different configuration. In this case, the wiggly one is up there, but there is also near it, Agnes, you see a stone bust with a amulet hanging around it.
All right, I am going to cast invisibility on myself and run for it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Give me a roll initiative as well. Oh, I think you're gonna beat her.
15.
Yeah, it beats her. All right, so you rush in. Finn's close on your heels. The floor is still wet. There's still pools where the stone's slightly uneven. You see this amulet. Your eyes lock on, and you go invisible. And you immediately jump over and head toward the thing. Finn sees the amulet, sees you disappear, and she starts running for it as well, but she is behind you. So you get to it first. What do you do when you get to the stone bust with the amulet?
It could be booby trapped, but can I use my my monocle again before I grab it?
If you want to use your monocle, I'm going to say that's going to take an action, and she'll get to use her turn.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I think I'm just gonna grab it.
All right. So you grab it. As soon as it's in your hands, it turns invisible as well. And Finn, who is heading up the other staircase, sort of stops in her tracks. Now she's, fairly smart. She puts two and two together that you disappeared, and a second later the amulet disappears, and she's like, Agnes, what are you doing? Be
Ladies,
careful with
let's
that.
talk about this.
It's dangerous.
I'm gonna sending stone someone to distract her while I move to a different location.
Okay, so Finestrel.
Yeah, yes, Finric. Did you? Agnes, I think she's invisible,
We have a little
or
bit more experience with these things than we've been letting on.
what does that mean?
We could talk about it.
Now would be a good time.
Okay, cool. This may not be the first amulet that we've come across.
I know. You possess 3 of them.
Yeah, so I think maybe Agnes is cool with what she's doing. And there's a plan.
Hold on a second.
Fully?
Oh, get me out of this crack.
Wait, Foley's here? No.
No, we were wondering if Foley was going to be showing up anytime soon.
It's a good question. Agnes. Finn looks directly at you, and she shouts, "Drop!" And please give me a wisdom saving throw.
There's 16 plus 1, 17.
All right, you feel this command sort of impact on your consciousness, but you shake it off. And actually, I think we're gonna roll into initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I knew it.
You knew what? You know nothing.
I yelled from my pit. I knew it.
So I'm 21.
All right.
24.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, okay. Quick catch up, Foley. So, Finestrel was able to deactivate the magic on the door. Twizzard opened the door, sort of, and despite the fact that it was no longer booby-trapped with an explosive, there was still a lot of water behind it. And most of us got away from it, but it swept Twizzard and Mr. Bones down one of the pits, and they're sort of like stuck down there. Meanwhile, behind the door, there was this chamber that you see, and the amulet was there. Agnes made a run for it, got there first, turned herself invisible, and grabbed the amulet. I tried to talk Finestrel down, and I'm not good at that. Finestrel despite Agnes being invisible, Finestrel can see where she is, and we just rolled into initiative.
She's bad? Finestrel doesn't want to grab her
I might just be angry.
Fenric did a well voiced synopsis of what's going on.
Cool.
All right, so 24 for Finric, I heard, and 21 for Agnes.
Yes.
I got 3.
Solid. Surprisingly lower than Finn's 6. And that's it, because Twizzard and Bones are down a hole.
What about Lily?
Oh, Lily, I'm sorry, of course. How could I forget Lily? I even printed out her new level 3 sheet.
Oh.
Lily got a 9. She's ahead of Finn. All right. Finric with Agnes on deck. So, Finric, what you've seen basically is Finestrel shout what you've, heard before as the command spell. And you don't know, I guess you don't know whether it's succeeded or not, because Agnes is invisible.
So basically, I'm going first.
You're going first. You decide how you want to do this. I rolled initiative because of Agnes and Finn mainly, but
Yeah.
your character, you know what you know.
Hmm. Okay. I have a thing called Extort Truth, where if I hit a creature with 2 or more attacks in one round, I can spend a key point, make him take a charisma saving throw, and I can choose to have the attacks deal no damage. And then, but basically, she would then be unable to speak a deliberate lie for 1 minute, but I don't know if that helps us.
I'm gonna need a decision.
Yep. Hey, what do you guys think?
I mean, we can bring her down to, just 1 hit point. We could choose to do that, right?
You can just knock her out too. You don't have to kill her.
Right, knock her out, but not kill her.
Like stun her, maybe, with like a stunning strike?
Yeah. Or you could just take your pants off like Twizzard would do. That would stun her.
Okay, so given those options, I'm going to attack.
All right. So Finric, you run up to her. I assume you're getting within melee range?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I am going to attack her, open arm, push her back. Yeah, just basically, it's hard. It's just she's a lady. But yeah, just gonna hit her. Sorry. Well, that wasn't a great one. So 10.
10?
Yeah.
10 to hit?
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Cool. I'm gonna do my second attack.
Okay.
That is 17.
17. 17 is gonna hit.
Okay. And I get extract aspects.
You do get extract aspects. Fascinating. Let's see. She has advantage against being charmed, and magic can't put her to sleep.
Well, we knew that because of her fate ancestry, so way to go.
And then are you choosing to do damage with it?
He's just jotting it down.
Yep, understood.
Shoot. Sort of a point of no return type of thing, isn't it? No, I'm not going to do damage on this attack, but I want to spend a key point to do a stunning strike.
Okay.
So it needs to fail. It needs to pass a Constitution saving throw with a DC 13.
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah.
She gets a 15. What did she have to do?
13. All right, cool. So now we're gonna flurry of blows.
Okay. All right.
19.
19 will hit.
So we're gonna do a stunning strike again. No,
Okay.
no damage taken.
So I roll again.
Yeah.
17.
Fuck. Okay, one more. 20. And we're gonna try a stunning strike again.
8. She's stunned.
All right.
Hey, wow.
All right.
Hey guys, so she's stunned for a second. Now what do we do?
I'm gonna sending stone. I'm getting away from here. So I'm going to leave this room. I don't think she can see me. I think she just figured where I was. And I'm gonna make a line out of here.
I'm assuming she can't turn her head to see where you go. So
Okay.
Yeah, let's see how all right, there's like stunned and paralyzed, and so it's incapacitated, and it fails to strength dexterity, attack rolls of advantage. Okay, so now we go up to incapacitated, which is different than paralyzed. Can't take actions or reactions. She can't move. She can speak falteringly. So I'm gonna say she can can't really move her head, but she can speak falteringly.
Okay.
All right. So Agnes, you are going where?
I'm going to leave the room.
Okay.
So I'm no longer in her line of sight.
What's your max movement?
30.
Okay. So I'm going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30 will get you to here. If you want to get out of her sight, you'd have to go and you'd have to
Well,
basically
can I
do
take dash as my
Yep,
action?
definitely. You want to go out here? You could go. Yeah, you could go around to here if you wanted.
Okay, and how close is that? The closer way of getting out of here in general?
No. Well, arguably this would be the most direct route, but technically you'd still be in line.
Okay, so yeah, out of line of sight.
You could go around here and get out this way if you need to.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Yep. Okay, so that is.
And I'm still invisible, right?
What's that?
And I'm still invisible.
You are still invisible. Is that a concentration? I'm actually not sure.
It is concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah, and you didn't take any damage, so you didn't have to do any saves. All right, Lily. So Finric just did a lot of stuff, but clearly didn't hurt her. So I'm pretty sure Lily would have noticed that. So Lily is gonna run up to Finn, and she's gonna hold her silvered knife to Finn's throat, and she says, "Make one wrong move toward my friends, and you'll regret it." So she's holding an action to see what Finestel's going to do.
I'm so proud of her.
It is now Finn's turn, and she's stunned until the end of your next turn, right, Finric?
Yeah.
So she's like, "The amulets are dangerous. The more that are together, the more dangerous they are." That's going to be her turn because she can't do much else. Paelias, what would you like to do?
Well,
Just hits her.
Yeah. Boom!
He should go and yeah. I don't know what he should do.
I love how invisible people can just be the Lego base, and it's like works.
I like that.
am I in her line of sight?
Yeah, you're definitely right in her line. You can see her like trying to grimace and speak while she stares straight at you.
Okay. Well. Yeah, we can do stuff. Let's see. Well,
But nobody's hurt her yet.
No one's hurt her yet. That's true.
yeah.
With physical violence.
That sounds good. That's nice.
I'm sending Stone Twizzard. How you doing?
What's going on up there?
Twizzard, you let's see. Yeah, Paelias, do you need a minute?
Yeah.
All right, Paelias needs a minute. So we'll flash over to Twizzard and Mr. Bones, who, as the steam sort of tumbles you, give me a dexterity save to see if you can land on your feet in the midst of this steam fountain as you're trying to land from your feather fall.
I do not land on my feet whatsoever. In fact, I'd probably land right on my face.
How
That
fast?
would be a 1.
A 1. All right.
Wait. Oh, is that a saving throw?
It is a saving throw. Yes.
Oh, then 8. That's Finric.
No, that's
Darn it,
Finric.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, it's a 1.
I was gonna say that's a pretty big bonus.
I usually have my sheet up. I had Finric's sheet up.
And then give me a dex save for Mr. Bones too, if you would.
Yeah, maybe I can land on him. I don't know what
Plus
his...
2.
Oh, 16.
All right, so Mr. Bones lands on his feet, and you're like, Mr. Bones, what are you? And you hit the ground. What are you standing on? And you sort of hit the ground. But you're on Featherfall, so you're just prone. You didn't get actually hurt.
It was like a belly flop.
I'm fine.
You
I'm
do
fine.
feel immense heat radiating from right near you, though.
Prestidigitation, coolness.
I hesitate to switch the map for now, but you sort of look up and you see a pool of magma like 5 feet from you. And you also hear a sort of skittering noise. All right, we'll flash back. Paelias, what are you doing, buddy?
All right, we're gonna do a command,
All right.
and our command is gonna be sleep.
No, well, was
This'll work
he
out.
here when we went over what she can and cannot?
Yeah,
She
he
is-
would know. She has
Sorry, did
advantage
she not
against.
sleep?
She has advantage against being charmed or put to sleep.
No,
Oh,
she just
okay.
can't be put
Oh,
to
she
sleep.
can't be put to sleep, and she has advantage against being charmed.
Oh, so is this a charm? Is command automatically a charm?
What is command? Let me see. Hold on a second.
It's a wisdom saving throw. It's a spell, I think. There's no effect on target undead, doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
It's an enchantment.
The weird. So I guess. I think so. Well, one, there's her Fey ancestry in the can't fall asleep. And I think I'll say that command, will work. She still gets to do her wisdom saving throw, because
Yeah.
that's not stopped by the stun.
But it's not a charm. It's not considered a charm.
It's not considered a charm, but you would have to pick a different word.
Yeah,
Even if she
yeah,
wasn't
alright.
Fey, I don't think sleep. I think there's a sleep spell for a reason. They're trying to balance things. So what?
Okay.
What command word are you going to use?
Remember, she is incapacitated or stunned right now.
Yeah, so maybe it doesn't really make sense to do something unless it's more permanent than one turn.
You can always take out your spiritual weapon just, as a show of force.
Well, I don't really think that she is a threat. I think she's just concerned about the amulet falling into evil hands. Let's
Agnes, which did you already had an amulet, correct?
Yes, I have the darkness one. I'm not wearing this one. I just have it in my hand.
Yep. And
all right. Well, we'll just say as a command, we'll say calm.
Okay. Finric,
Okay.
you have the spider,
Yeah.
and then
Why do you ask?
does Twizzard have? Who has the dragon? Twizzard.
I have the dragon.
I have a dragon one yet.
And whenever we got the one that would be good for a cleric, we were going to give it to.
All right.
Nice.
She fails her save.
Ooh.
And you see her she can't really move, but she can sort of control her face, and you see her sort of almost a cross between angry and panicked eyes go a little more calm.
Okay.
Do
There
you
we
want
go.
to
Good.
do you want to move anywhere or do anything with a bonus action, or are we back to
Hey,
Finric?
Paelias, why don't you go get that amulet from Agnes so that she doesn't have two of them? Because that sounds like a really bad thing.
Yeah. You want to do that, Agnes?
So you don't know where Agnes is, Paelias.
I can send Stoner though.
You could sending stoner. That's true.
So you want to do that, Agnes?
So after he sending stones me, I'll tell him to leave the room
Either-
and move towards the direction in which the Oni was, and I will.
All right. So do you
Okay.
do this,
Well,
Paelias?
I'm close enough. I can do that.
Yeah. So, you can do
So as he's moving towards me, can I say you're hotter, you're hotter, you're hotter, you're colder?
it. Sure. You could also just like, boop him in the nose or something.
All right. So
There she is.
Is the ground dusty? Can you just do a little kick and get a little dirt hit?
Oh, absolutely.
No,
Well, it's gets wet, so you could splash.
Or just, put the amulet down and I'll pick it up.
no, I'll just pass it to you. But I didn't want her to see that
Yeah.
you now have it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
but
do the
she's gonna see
exchange.
where I have just gone.
You do the
Is that
exchange outside of her. So basically, Paelias, you feel something in your hand, and the next second it appears as it loses touch with Agnes's body.
Okay.
Now you have the whatever
Wait.
amulet this is.
The new amulet.
The new amulet. Now, so I'm going to tell Paelias, either with the sending stone or just whisper it to him, don't let her know that you now have it. Let her think that I still have it. That's fine.
Okay. Unless I put it on.
Well, let's try not to take that route if possible.
All right,
All
Finric, what are you doing? Top of the order. She'll be unstunned at the end of your turn, I believe, right?
Okay.
But still calm.
But
So-
still calm.
Hey, so Finestrel, maybe we can just take it easy for a second and talk this out. And kind of figure out what we're all trying to do with these things, and figure out the best way forward. We're not here to attack you or hurt you. Happy to listen and kind of see if we can talk this through.
All right. All right, you end your turn, and her body, becomes her own again. Though technically, Agnes, you're up. What would you like to do on your turn?
I'm going to take my dash action and my movement to get even further away.
To get even further away. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Towards the, I guess, the where my hut was, to the bathhouse.
all right, you're pretty far away.
Okay.
Oh god.
Go visit the pit where a valued member of your team fell.
I'll have to start a communication with Mr. Twizzler on the second stone, letting him know what's going on.
All right, so she's relaying. Mr. Twizzard's laying on the ground. Mr. Bones standing over him. He's staring at a magma pit, and he's hearing all this about invisible Agnes and and commands and. All right, so it is now Finestel's turn. She sort of. Oh man, what is she gonna do? She's calm. Lily still has her knife to her throat.
Less calming.
Lily, please take your knife away. I will not attack anyone.
There you go.
Lily believes her. She takes the knife down. Finn turns to you, Finric, and she says, Finric, I know you have one of the amulets. I can sense the power, the immeasurable power. I knew from the moment I saw any of you which amulets, or that you had amulets, I should say.
Hmm.
We need to get out of this place. It is not safe here.
Well, let's. Why don't we get Twizzard and get the heck out of here?
All right. After you.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Are we out of initiative? Because I can just pop in my dragon in and maybe.
You can do what? Oh, you're. Yeah, you can. You're saying you wanna bring out your familiar?
Yeah, to carry Twizzard back up.
Can I carry
No,
you?
we can't carry him up.
Yeah, he just grabs him by the beard and just pulls him up.
No, that's not gonna
Am I
work.
gonna say the plan?
All right.
He's a dragon.
Finric, we've got to go.
Mr.
How do we get Twizzard up? We need to grab him on the way out.
I guess it's whenever it's
This-
missing.
Anyone have any rope?
I'm getting
Oh yeah, shit. I don't.
All right, let's. I think this is as good a time as any to flash back to Twizzard. All right.
You can technically fly.
I know. That's what I was thinking. That might not make Seneschal so happy.
Oh, great. That's where I am.
Hell.
So you're prone on the ground here. Mr. Bones is standing next to you. Use this side. Some kind of mist cloud right here. Looks pretty good. And that skittering sound that you heard before, Mr. Twizzard, is getting louder. What would you like to do?
Mr. Bones, get us out of here.
Mr. Bones looks around and he starts walking away from you. And then he turns around and he comes back and he grabs you by the feet and he starts dragging you.
I don't know if this is any better than being rescued by the beard.
He might know where to go.
Mr. Bones,
He's
do
the
you
Odie.
know where to go, Mr. Bones? Ah!
Mr. Bones.
All right. So how bad would it be if I put on the after everyone was just complaining how the amulets are so dangerous, I just put on the dragon amulet and flew out? I'm thinking not so bad, right? I mean, I'll take it off immediately, but I might turn into a dragon.
Give me a
And then-
perception check.
I can't use this die. It's been rolling real bad. Please be a little better than what I think. Nope. 11.
You, as you're being dragged by the feet from Mr. Bones, you sort of look over you, and you see crawling out of the magma these four, basically the same size as you. They like it's kind of like this like, it's as if magma had hardened in the shape of a small humanoid, with like little puffs of flame, and they're sort of like crawling out of the magma.
Don't think I can fireball them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put on the dragon amulet. Do you think I could lift Mr. Bones with that amulet?
I mean, he is just bones.
Can I disassemble him? No disassemble. Mr. Bones is alive.
All right.
You put the amulet on Mr. Bones?
Do you put? Yeah. What are you? So wait, what are you doing?
I'm putting the dragon amulet on myself.
All right. You put the dragon amulet on yourself. You immediately feel smarter. You feel like the spells that you know will flow better through your arcane energy, and you also feel this just sort of lightness, as if you could, on a whim, start flying.
Okay.
I think you can lift. Do we know how heavy Mr. Bones is?
Got all that armor.
No, he doesn't
No.
have the
No, he's not.
armor. He just has the
Oh, he's not
glaive.
glaive.
I mean, I think he's liftable. He's liftable. You're gonna need to give me a strength check, but he's liftable.
Too easy. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Where's my strength? So I got a 2.
You got a strength of 2?
So maybe I just need to do some quick jumping jacks.
Well, wait, hold on. So first of all, are you just trying to like pick him up in your arms?
I'm just trying to grab him and
Well, he's
fly
gonna
up.
fly him out.
Well,
I don't care which part
You're
I
not
grab.
flying yet.
But
Okay.
that's what he plans
That's
to do.
my plan. As soon as I can fly, I plan to grab a bone of his and go.
Okay. You sort of like, do like a test grip of him, but you're not really sure of your grip on him, basically.
Mr. Bones, why are you wet?
You can see the creatures are fully out of the lava now.
Alright.
Mr. Burns, cooperate with me. See what's happening here?
You have one more action, one more turn, until they're gonna start to attack.
All right.
What are you gonna do?
Still gonna try and grab him and fly.
All right. So do you feel the flight power, but you would have to activate it.
I activate my flight power.
All right. All right.
Just declare it.
You now have a fly speed of 30. You're hovering over the ground.
Can I dip down and grab Mr. Bones?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Can do. Too easy. Oh,
Yeah,
that looks a
he
little better.
passes it. He's good.
All right. All right.
19.
So
He's
yeah,
good.
as you you feel this energy inside you, as you let it out, you hover in the air, and you're just elated with your newfound freedom. At the back of your head, you feel this darkness, but it's like so far back there you barely even notice it. As a bonus action, you can command Mr. Bones, but you have used your action.
Oh, command him to grab onto you.
Mr. Bones, grab onto me.
All right, Mr. Bones grabs onto you. You sort
Not
of.
too tight.
Do you want to describe how he's holding you?
Hold on loosely.
Is holding me.
Let go.
Wait, hold on. How far there is he? Like these things are gonna move after this bonus action, right?
What's that?
These things are gonna attack him after this bonus action, right?
He still has his movement.
Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome.
He could fly 30 feet up in the air.
That's pretty good.
All right, he's holding me. He's got his arms around me above the waist.
Yep.
Fly.
And we're flying up.
All right. As soon as you start to take off, he loses his grip. And
I
he
saw that
falls,
face.
He falls back down. How
Well,
far?
see you later, Bones.
He falls off probably only like 5 feet above the ground. Do you want to continue up? Do you want to? You probably get another 10 feet before you realize he's not even, because you're also new to flying. So I'm gonna say you're like 15 feet off the ground. Mr. Bones falls back. You still have 15 feet of movement.
And he's 10 feet down?
He's 15 feet down. You could get back down to him.
Damn it, Bones. I'm a skeleton, not a flyer.
I'm going up. I'm going up. This is just going to be disastrous. The way I've been rolling. I'm flying
Alright.
up.
All right, you pull up.
But can I yell to Mr. Bones? Mr. Bones, climb up something. Find your own way up, you idiot.
You can do that on your next bonus action. He's still.
Alright.
You can actually, because the last thing you told him was to hold on to you. You can see him sort of grasping futilely. He's
Aw.
I
like,
can't look down.
Oh, poor Mr. Bones, but he knows the way out.
I'm,
So
not, I'm not looking down.
all right. So you fly another 15 feet up.
Yeah.
You probably fell about 100 feet down. So
Wow.
you still have a ways to go. And you see these 4 creatures converge on Mr. Bones and start attacking him.
Oh.
What is his health?
13.
Oh.
HP
And what's his AC?
13
13. Okay.
and armor classes. Oh well, I don't know what his armor class is anymore.
Oh my gosh. None of them. Wait, I thought you said the AC was 13.
It is.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I don't know. It's because they've never seen a skeleton walking around or what, but all 4 of them miss.
Whew.
And so now it's Mr. Bones' turn, I guess. He's still reaching for you. It's back to your turn. You're 30 feet up.
Is me again?
Yep.
Keep flying and then bonus command.
How is he going to get up?
He knew where to drag you.
Tell him to fight. Tell him to fight him off.
All right. I'm going to keep flying up and I yell, Mr. Bones, meet me at the top.
Meet me at the top. All right. All right. So you keep flying up. They attack Mr. Bones again. Wow, really? 2 4s? Okay, an 11. That hits. Because it's +4. Alright, so one of them hits. It does 7 fire damage. Is he
Still
susceptible to fire or anything?
I don't know. He just made a bones.
He has dark vision, and he's vulnerable to bludgeoning,
Poison.
and he's immune to poison, exhaustion, and being poisoned.
Alright, so he takes 7 hit points.
Okay, so
And
he's
then it's his turn, and the command was to meet me at the top.
It's rough.
You see him sort of, you're now 60 feet up. You see him sort of looking around, and he starts heading off this direction. All right. Your turn, Twizzard.
I keep flying up.
Oh, shoot. Actually, hold on. Maybe we get attacks of opportunity.
Well, can't. Oh, right. His action can't be disengaged and then move.
He takes another 14 points.
He's done.
Oh.
All right, so as he tries to walk away, a bang, your last command. He's cut down. He's cut down by these things, and then they look up at you, and they shake their fists, and one of them shoots a little fireball, but it only goes 25 feet up, and they
Suckers! Call that a fireball.
and it's back to you.
I just keep flying up.
All right, all right, all right.
We can make a new Mr. Bones.
It'll be 9 feet tall though.
I know.
As soon as I find a 9 foot tall creature, I'm gonna kill it, take its skeleton.
I had one of those delicious.
All right, so we're back up above. Agnes was running for the exit. Over here, we had just. Oh, geez, there goes my pips. There we go. Where did your staff go, Mr. Twizzard?
Probably fell in the magma.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did I lend it to Mr. Bones? He never gave it back.
Just lend it to Mr. Bones. I don't think you lent it to Mr. Bones. You're gonna have to find that. Alright. Anyway. I think we were waiting for Paelias to do something. I don't know. Does that sound right?
For me?
Oh, he did. He did calm.
He
Yeah,
did.
that was a
He
while
did
ago.
calm. We were
Really?
waiting for Finric. Yeah,
We were talking about how to get Twizzard out of there, but then he just started flying.
Finestel was saying, we've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here after you, Finric. And then you were like, oh, how are we gonna get him out? She said, do you have any rope? You said, I don't have any rope. And that's where we are.
Yep.
He hasn't come out of the fissure yet. You don't know what's going on down there.
Do we see him?
No, he has not come out yet.
So I guess we're still going to talk about how to get him out.
Well, let's at least leave this room.
Oh, okay, fine. And then we'll go back for Twizzard once we figure out how to do that.
Once we, what? No, I mean leave this this ritual room.
Okay, ladies first.
No, you should go. Lily
Yeah,
just looks
totally
at Lily
totally
just
not-
looks at both of you like, what is going on?
Totally not trusting you on this after the command on Agnes. Why am I going? And you're saying,
All right, fine. She shoves between you two, pushes past Paelias.
all right, I'll go with her.
Lily shrugs and follows. All right, so all of you are out here, and just as you exit, whoop, you see a flying Mr. Twizzard come up. Mr. Twizzard, what would you like to say or do?
Ah, yes, where I belong, on a pedestal.
I don't know where I put your staff. That's weird.
Wizard thefts. Grand Theft Wizard.
All right, Twizzard flies up in front of you all.
What's up, folks?
What's up?
Anybody lose a wizard?
It would appear that Twizzard has saved himself.
Yeah. No thanks to any of you.
We were on our way.
No, wasn't matter done me. Can I land?
Yeah. Where do you
Alright,
want
I'm
to
gonna
land?
land right in front of Finestel, and I'm gonna kind of do a flip as I land and go, "Hoo-cha! Yeah!" And you go, "What do you think of that?"
Give me an acrobatics. That's what I think of that.
17.
All right.
Mm.
It is impressive. She's sort of like, I think that you're probably using an incredibly powerful amulet you don't really understand.
You think way too much. And I turn around real quick and take my amulet off, and I pretend to sneeze, and then I turn around again.
Okay, so admittedly, Finestrel, that was super dangerous. But on the plus side, we figured out the whole getting Twizzard out of the pit. So let's consider this one a draw and get the hell out of here.
Call it a win-win.
Where's your bones friend?
Oh, too soon.
Yeah, too soon. He didn't make it.
What
Good
was
now.
what-
To my
what was down there?
4 liquid hot magma guys that were crawling out trying to bite us or something. I don't know. They didn't like us. They were skittering.
The
Is-
skittery ducks.
Are your bones still together? And
Mine are, but
she starts to fly right in front of you.
what? You fly too? We have so much in common. If only it could be, but it can't. On the tree.
And she
I-
flies down the fissure.
I just spent a lot of time and effort getting out of there, and that nutcase just flew down there. Anybody know what's going on here?
She's gonna look for your bones.
Are you standing stone this? Because I am like looking
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Agnes, you are at the staircase leading out. Do you want to leave completely?
Yeah, I think I was gonna try to go. I think I was gonna try to go back to what is it called?
Bellwether Glen?
Well, actually,
You going that far?
She's just-
That-
yeah,
You guys later.
I want to get onto the mule and I want to try to get to Elsa. I want to give her the amulet.
I'll try to get to Elsa. Oh my gosh. All right.
The one you
All right. Yeah. So Agnes, unbeknownst to you, right around the time that this happens, you are basically, you see your mule where you folks, basically left them tethered somewhere as you explored, and so you're sort of going toward that. All right, Finric, Paelias, Twizzard, Lily, what do you folks want to do?
I think it's time to jet.
I think Lily's just gobsmacked that 2 people that she knows can fly. That is so awesome! Watch this! And she throws her silver dagger straight at you, Twizzard. And when it's about to hit you, it disappears and reappears back in her hand. She's like, "Isn't that awesome, Twizzard?"
What
I
did
should do that.
you just do?
When she learned that trick.
And she turned level 3. She bonded with her silver dagger.
Damn.
So can she never lose it then, or it just always returns to her?
If it's on the same plane, she can have it returned to her.
Oh, that is awesome. Good job, Lily.
Yeah, I think I would have appreciated a demonstration at the wall or something.
Well, where would be the fun in that, Twizzard?
Where the? Alright, so are we gonna get out of here, or do we care about that flying elf that just went into the Mountain
She's
Doom?
probably getting Mr. Bones for you.
I don't know that. She could be making friends with those magma guys, and now they're all gonna come back up.
I guess we can give it a minute.
Can I look into the fissure?
Yeah, you can look in. I mean, it's 100 feet down.
I use my wizard vision.
I don't think that's a thing.
But he does have dark vision.
You do have dark vision. I mean, you can see them. I mean, it's a fairly narrow fissure. It's not like you have a huge wide field of view. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can see the ground. It's not steamy anymore. You can see the glow of the magma, but you don't see her.
Well, is she molten elf or what? I don't know. I mean, I survived, but of course I'm amazing. I also had the sense to fly out of there.
As you're looking, you see, and she dumps a pile of bones and lands next to it.
Aww.
What the zippity do? She just brought Mr. Twizzard up.
No, Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones. Bones.
Then you got your 9-foot tall bone guy.
I got a little
Put him in your bag of holding and go.
Oh, it's Mr. Bones. Can you get up? Can you hear me?
He's dead.
I mean, you'd have to cast Animate Dead on him again.
Slap him with the bone.
Slap Mr. Bones, did you say?
Do you have? I assume you have the spell slot since you just had a long rest.
I do. All right, I cast Animate Dead, or Reanimate Dead.
Reanimate.
Reanimate.
Dead.
Let's see. So you woke up. You did the. I'm gonna say it's like probably 10 a.m. All right, Mr. Bones. He's back.
I turn towards.
His cape is a little singed, but other than that, he's not the worse for wear.
I turn towards Finestrel, and I say, "Thank you. You saved a life here today."
Perhaps an undead life, but you're welcome.
I owe you. I owe you for that. Not much, but I owe you something.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. All right, so you guys all head for the exit.
You.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to use the hot springs.
We got an amulet. What more do you need?
Used him.
I feel like you're the only one of us that got to use the hot springs.
Those were not hot springs. I landed on cooled magma.
They were ultra hot springs.
But you got like the spring water on you, right?
Mr. Bones was wet for some reason.
Yeah.
You were Twizzard. You were soaked too because the water is what knocked you down the fissure.
So
I mean, you're still wet now.
it was not the experience I thought it would be.
All right, so you guys all head out. No sign of Agnes that you can see. You get to the staircase, and I guess let's pop over to Agnes. Did you actually get on the mule and start riding?
Oh yeah. If that's what I can do, then that's what I'm gonna do.
She's gone.
Okay.
Can we stow her?
I'm not sure though if I want to go back the pathway that I'm familiar with, or if I want to try to make a beeline. I don't know if it would be smart for me to make a beeline. I'm thinking that I should probably go back by the way in which I came.
Should we like tell her it's cool? Like we made friends with Finestrel?
Yeah, I think so. Hey Agnes, hold up. The Finestrel's cool. She just saved Mr. Bones.
And I write back, then I'll meet you in town.
Which town?
Secret
So,
town.
Whether Glenn.
Bellwether Glen, yeah, the one that my family lives in.
All right.
Is it dark already?
No, I think we left
Okay.
on Dock, then we stayed over a night, so
Yeah,
Dillick
so
went
Dylan.
over a
It
night,
is.
so
It is.
then
Yes.
the day after Dillick. The
DeGaulle?
nah, I don't think it's Denal.
Do we know how to get to town? Wasn't Agnes the one who recognized the path?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's DePaul. Yep, that's what it is.
Paul.
DePaul. All right, so you are all back outside now. You look around. Your mounts are all there, with the exception of Agnes's. Well, where did Agnes go?
All right.
No.
So, back to town.
Back to town?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I guess Lily has a setting stone too, so she's privy to that. Your friend went back to town without us?
Well, she'll meet us there. She was a little bit spooked.
Didn't use the bathroom.
All right.
And I'm only comfortable with going to the bathroom at my family's house.
You've been holding it for a day and a half.
He's a little pee shy.
All right, so you guys mount up. Twizzard and Mr. Bones, although now a little more cramped. It's a little more cramped. You had a pony? Is that what you?
Skeleton on a pony.
Literally,
You have to agree that.
on the skeleton.
The old 9-foot skeleton pony.
I could probably stand on the pony and still be taller.
Meanwhile, Finric, the halfling, is on a Clydesdale.
Nice.
If you guys are cool, that's cool. But if Mr. Bones needs a little more space,
I think he could trot. And I don't think he gets tired.
His movement is 30 feet per round.
He's immune to exhaustion.
All right, so Mr. Bones is gonna just trot next to you folks.
Mr. Bones, keep up.
All right. You make your way to the edge of the clearing, finding what used to be the road to the hot springs. You progress down that road back to the main road, where you'd found the stone marking. And partially had read the runes on that, and you turn back toward Bellwether Glen.
yeah.
Sure.
All right, and you guys are riding at a normal pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
While we're
Agnes,
riding-
what's that?
Oh, I'm booking it
Okay.
on my little wall.
Agnes is pushing her mule.
To whatever the mule would do on a fast pace.
Yeah.
The mule.
You
Doing
should
it.
take a Clydesdale.
No, Soul the mule is very reliable.
That's your good.
She's a good mule.
Hmm.
She's a work animal. She's a beast of burden. She can put a little oomph into it.
Just because you stole my horse, Paelias, doesn't mean that's something that you guys should be making habit of.
I mean, a horse is a horse, of course.
Of course.
The
But
famous Mr. Ed.
That is not how it goes. That was way too fast. So while we're riding, can I grab some tree branches and ride up next to Finestrel and say, I just want to say once again, thank you for saving Mr. Bones. And can you do me a favor? Just hold these tree branches out as if they were your arms, just for a second.
Must I?
Just for a second.
Give me a persuasion check.
15.
Okay,
All right.
Yeah.
She's. Are they big? What are we talking here?
No, they're small. You can just hold them in your hands.
All right. She takes them both and she does this.
Yeah, it's not the same. All right, that's fine. Thanks.
She'll never be a
I
dryad.
tried.
What is it?
She just sort of like looks at you again, tosses them to the side as she rides on away from you. The first love is the toughest, Mr. Twizzard. All right, you folks make your way back to Bellwether Glen. Agnes, you would get there first. So what do you want to do when you get there?
Let's see here.
Let's see, mule speed. Let's see, you're another 16 miles. Yeah, I'm gonna say you were able to make it back in. Wait, what did I say? No, 8. Yeah, probably like 3 hours.
3-hour tour.
Yeah.
I guess we know where we're.
Yeah. The roads back are better marked than the roads there.
Yeah, it's just the one road, really.
So I guess in the time that I get back, I no longer have the amulet, so I don't know.
Well,
I
you
guess
have, you still have your darkness.
The darkness
Yeah.
amulet. Yeah, I don't know if I want to hide that because she's going to be able to see it anyway. So
She will effectively know. Yeah. You know that with detect magic, you can see magic in general, and these are powerful amulets. So whenever she used that ability, which she can do at will, it was like a it's like looking at a lighthouse.
I'm gonna put the amulet into my magic bean bag.
Okay. Put the amulet in the magic bean bag, huh?
Yeah.
The old
It's
magic
almost like
bean
booby
bag.
trapping it.
What's that?
It's like booby trapping it.
All right.
There's no dirt on your amulet, is there?
No, there should be no dirt on the amulet.
Wanted to touch those beans.
Okay.
arrived-
It is in your bean bag.
Does anything happen immediately?
No.
Okay. It wasn't the worst idea. Like planting them. Who would have thought that planting a bean would be the worst idea ever?
Jack?
No, you didn't think it was the worst
That
idea.
was a pretty rare. That was a pretty rare. That was a pretty rare bean.
Anybody who read Jack and the Beanstalk?
That was a 9% chance. Okay, so are you going to the Shepherd's Rest, the inn? Are you going to your cousin's house?
I think I will go to well, what time of day is it?
10, 11, 12, 1. It's just after lunch. It's like 1, a little after 1 for you.
All right, then I'll probably go to where my cousins or uncles, or I can't remember what I said they were originally, and then I changed it to uncle, and then I thought, oh, I think it is cousins.
The McDevins. The
The
McDevins.
McDevins, but I'm gonna go to the their market.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out there.
All right. You're hanging out at the market. It's probably going to be another 2 hours until the other folks get there.
Yeah, so I'll just help them out in the store and maybe grab
Right?
an apple.
Yeah.
and
No. Nick, greets you warmly. Asks how did your adventure go? Were you successful?
Well, we did find the hot springs.
That's
and,
amazing.
I don't know if you know what an oni is, but
I mean, I've heard legends of it, like the boogeyman.
yeah, essentially the boogeyman who disguised himself as one of our party
No.
and tricked one of us into eating some bad mushrooms, and then we had to fight it.
Oh yeah, what happened from the mushrooms?
This really truthfully happened.
I'm a
And
cake.
well, you'll probably see the evidence when Mr. Twizzard's Mr. Bones comes back. He's much larger.
That's an incredible story, Agnes. I guess I'm glad you're safe.
Yes, well, it will. I'm going to actually work on a new song based on this adventure.
It sounds worthy of it.
I think I'm going to call it the Fenton Boogeyman.
I'm sure it'll be sung for ages to come.
Yeah. Or the Boogeyman of Fenton.
Ooh.
I'll have to work on the title. It'll depend on how the lyrics go.
Understood. All right, so a couple hours later, hungry, did you guys stop for lunch?
I think we had some crumpets.
Had some
Did you
crumpets along the way. Some rations, something. All right, so you're not famished. You roll into town. What would you like to do?
Roar.
Yeah, we probably should meet up with Agnes and talk through what the hell just happened. And it seems like Finric knows a lot more about these amulets than we do, and we're pretty good at getting them. So it seems like we're natural allies, maybe.
I'm gonna go see Anne.
Well, you guys are in Bellwether Glen. You're not at Windbell.
Oh, what's Bellwether Glen?
It's the smaller town that's on the road to the Fenton. It's still another 15 miles or so to Windbell,
Oh, okay.
which you could do on your horse. I mean, so let's see. So 2. So it's probably 4 when you guys get there. Ride. You have a riding horse. You could go 6 miles an hour without pushing it. So you could probably get. You could get to. You could get there within 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, what are we gonna do here in Bellwether Glen? What was the there?
It was just where we were meeting up after that Finasco.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm probably gonna ride ahead then. I should probably be back.
All right. So Paelias bids farewell to you folks and takes off at a trot, gallop. What are we talking here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll trot to Anne.
All right. So you take off on
A hot trot.
Laguna, was it? I think.
Is that the road?
No, the horse's name.
Of course.
Oh yeah, Laguna. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Mr. Bones, Twizzard, Finric, Lily. Finestel says. So I don't understand. Is your friend here? You said you thought she would be.
Yeah. Hey, Agnes, where are you at?
I'm over at my cousin's market where you bought your honey and goat's milk yogurt.
That's great because A, I'm hungry, and then B, I could go for some yogurt
More
and honey. Yeah.
Sure enough, as you guys get closer to the market, you see Agnes's mule tied to the post outside. So you guys dismount and head into the market.
Market.
You're all reunited.
Reunited and it feels so good.
I would like to buy some honey and yogurt, mix it together, and call it Hoger.
Wow.
And
I've
then,
never done it before.
All the hogurt.
hold
Okay.
the girt.
Finn, I suppose I owe you an apology for trying to control you, but well, you just disappeared in the amulet, and I know it can control people, and
So, as Agnes, I will say to her, well, the fact that you haven't really told us about your background, I couldn't fully trust you, and therefore, I am almost on a quest for Elsa, and I needed to make sure that I got to that amulet first.
I suppose I can understand that.
So it seems like, as I was sort of musing by ascending stone to my friends, or maybe not, it seems like you know more about these amulets than we do, but it seems like we're pretty good at getting them.
Still funny.
It would appear so, although I also knew of the springs. But yes, fine. You had a head start on the other three.
Hmm. So it seems like we should be allies, and so I think maybe we can fill you in on the bits and pieces that we do know that we haven't talked about, and maybe you can help us with some of the things that we're missing, and then together we can figure out, or maybe and convince us of what we should be doing with these things.
She sort of looks around. You're sort of standing in this market, and Agnes's cousin is like,
He's cool.
Okay.
I tell him to go back to the storeroom and restock some things.
I understand. Powerful hero things to discuss. Fine. He sort of goes into the back.
Plus, you're running low on honey.
A bit of a sweet tooth do you have there, Finric? I'll see what I can find you. And
Thanks, man.
he goes into the back. Well, I mean, the rumors that I read, there are supposed to be 5 of them. I see that there are 4 in this room. I assume. Actually, no, she would know. Paelias has the 4th? No, sorry. Whoa. There are 3 in this room. Paelias rode off with the 4th. So it's safe to assume you don't have the 5th yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's on the to-do list.
How
That's
much?
safe.
How much have you learned about how you use them?
Very little.
We're aware of what the individual ones do. We're aware that there carries risk the more and more you use them. And we've seen the dark energy that can accompany them.
And she takes out a vial, and she says, "Now, I only managed to grab 1 vial's worth. Since you were acting so odd, I didn't feel I could trust you at the time. But have you found other rooms, ritual rooms, such as that one?
Yes.
Did they also have water flowing into and out of them?
No.
They have basins.
One of them had, but they all had basins, but they did not all have water.
Yeah, I think the keep one did. The others did
Right.
not. Yep. Well, judging from the room we were in, this is a vial of the water that was coming out of the wall. It looked like the exit from that room had basically been blocked, which I presume is why we were greeted with that flood of water that swept Mr. Twizzard off his feet.
Mm.
That said, I believe that this vial that I took with a sleight of hand higher than your passive perception is
Is that because I wasn't there?
possibly. Anyway, I believe drinking this water will help to some degree fighting off the effects, the negative effects of the amulets. Now, how long it lasts, how potent it is, I don't know. We could perhaps, if you said one of the other rooms had water, we could perhaps do some experimentation of sorts. But ultimately, we need to find that 5th amulet.
Actually, ultimately, we don't need to find that 5th amulet, because if we do, then it will bring about some pretty bad things. But if we do find it, then we can destroy the amulets and bring back Saloon. Maybe.
Fascinating.
Is that what we should be? Is any of that new information to you, or different than what you found?
It helps put some of the pieces that I had into place. for sure.
There was in one of the rooms there was a book that Paelias found. We should next time we see Paelias, we should talk to him more about it. But you guys remember the language at all?
When you say a book, do you mean what sort of book?
I was hoping you would ask that.
Can I roll insight on this for how, if she is basically telling us what we want to hear?
Oh, you don't trust her.
I still don't trust her.
Go for it.
I trust her completely.
She brought my bones back.
17.
The sort of, putting the pieces into place, helping her fit things together, that definitely rings true. Her comment about having to find the fifth, not exactly sure what her intentions are. She said she wants to find it. She does want to find it. And then the thing about the water, and that seems to be true as well. She doesn't really understand it, but she knew enough to take some. That's about as much as you can glean as you study her, as you have this discussion.
Does Agnes share that information with us via Sending Stone, or?
Maybe after we're done with the conversation. Well, so, okay, I'll say, hey guys, she seems to be telling the truth in as much as she wants to find the fifth one, but I can't tell why. And the water probably does do what she says, though she doesn't know why.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what do you think we should be doing with the amulets? Why were you trying to?
Well, if we collect them all, we do need to destroy them. We cannot let
or use them.
We cannot let. Well, if we keep these 4 and we leave the 5th one where it is, then there's no harm in bringing the total destruction from the goddess Lolth.
Sure.
But if you want
Are you guys talking out loud or sending stone?
Sending Stone.
I think so. And Finestrel's just sort of staring at us, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
And so that being said, like what I was getting at with the book, there's the 5 into 1 thing. It seems like we should be drinking some of that water and using the amulets, and that's part of.
Okay, look, if you're not going to speak out loud, then I'm going to leave.
Okay, fair enough. So what we were saying, and what I was saying aloud, is that there was a book that seemed to be describing some. I forget. I don't know if it was describing a ritual itself, but it was talking about bringing 5 together into one to destroy. To what was it with the one?
It was a poem about none as dangerous as her daughter, or something like that.
Does Paelias have it with him, or is it in the bag of holding with you, Finric?
Let me rummage around.
What do you think, Paelias? Is it with Finric or is it with you?
I'll look at my inventory because I'm not really sure.
I mean, we could always Sending Stone him and ask him, hey, what does it say?
Yeah, I don't think I have it in my inventory. I probably put it in the bag, actually.
I mean, it's pretty heavy. So
yeah.
It would make sense to.
Well, but I don't speak the language, right?
You do not speak deep speech or whatever the other one is, yes.
Amulets 5, the magic borrow. Use them wise or succumb to sorrow. One crawls on walls throughout the night. One grants the power of true flight. One swallows whole the light of day. One keeps the howling wolves at bay. The final twists and turns in water, but not compare to her own daughter. On darkest day, bring 5 to 1, and she shall rise or be undone. So we're figuring,
It,
as a bard, I know poems very well.
it seems like what you found was one of the ritual books from the Cult of the Shadowed Sun. That would be an ancient book, to say the least.
Is it worth a lot of money?
Its value is immeasurable. It's worth entire kingdoms. The knowledge held within it.
Well, it seems that if we bring all 5 of these together on the darkest day, we're going to call forth something, and either she'll undo us or we'll undo her.
Is Saloon a lady?
Saloon is a lady.
Sorry?
Saloon is a lady.
So,
Yes, the goddess. From what I can gather from my research at the Great Library, her avatar usually took a female form. Yes.
I like ladies.
She just looks at you, Twizzard, and just shakes her head.
Can we get in good with this bad god if we summon a bad god? You know, good and bad is just a matter of perspective, right? What's good for someone, bad for someone else, and vice versa.
yeah.
It's a matter of who got to write the history books.
Mm-hmm. So we just side with the victors.
Mm-hmm.
So have we decided what the darkest day is? Have we figured that one out?
Isn't there a day of the week called dark?
There is not, unfortunately, a day of the week called dark.
There can't be an eclipse because there's no moon.
What is an eclipse?
An eclipse is a word I don't know, and I just made up. I'm just, you
And
know.
I realized there's no tides.
There's no tides.
No tides.
No Tide Pods?
Well, that's good.
We
That's
don't know what tide is. Water is always the same level.
Nice.
True.
So speaking of water, so we do have a lead on this 5th amulet.
You do? I mean, that's wonderful.
Oh, Agnes is saying we don't.
Wait,
Well,
what?
we have a lead, but
Wait, maybe we do, maybe we don't.
I don't think that we'll be able to find it.
Of course we will. We found everything. We found all the amulets so far. We'll
Sending
find this one too.
stone.
Let's just be honest. We can't just tell you what we think we know, but we can work together.
I suppose I can understand that. Well, I am certainly at your service.
Well, what I mean, why? Like, what's your stake in this? What's your role in this? We sort of stumbled upon this by accident.
I mean, I have been tracking powerful items for many years now, and these are the most powerful that I have found word of, with a few exceptions.
What's driving you to track powerful objects?
It is my mission in life.
Okay.
Mine too.
Agnes, getting any intuition stuff off of that?
You can roll insight if you want.
Yeah, you can roll insight too, Finric. I'll roll insight again.
I believe every word she says.
Yeah, I guess I have a +5. Let me.
I have 18 this time.
Okay, I got 17.
17 and 15?
18.
Oh, 18. 17 and 18. Yeah, I mean, when she says she's been tracking powerful objects, that's true.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Yes, I know how to do math. 18.
Yeah, no, I mean, she's definitely been. She seems eager, bordering on hunger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's got their hobby they're passionate about. I see no harm here.
But to what end?
Yeah. Who are you?
That she can become the most powerful.
That's at least a better goal than ours.
Warlock?
We don't even have a goal. It's just, hey, let's just keep adventuring, find cool stuff, and use that to keep adventuring even further.
Mhm.
We don't have a goal. She at least does. Not that that's a good goal, but
She at least does.
Do you have any allegiances, any allies that could help us as well?
Uh, uh, Allegiances or allies?
Yeah.
I mean, I make my way in this world on my own with the powers that I have.
Definitely gonna roll on that one.
Go ahead.
17.
Yeah, she's definitely not saying something.
Sending Stone, do not tell her how to get that last one.
Yeah, definitely not. Sending stone. Sending stone Falrith? Question mark and sending stone.
Yeah. Well, no, we know that she's not Falrith because Skye is checking on him through scrying, and
But
he's still not in this plane.
Okay, fair.
And Skye has a sending stone to us, so hopefully she would tell us.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been doing that thing where we look at ourselves and don't say anything for a couple seconds.
We're kicking the like the little dirt on the ground. Just
Yeah.
go
We're
home.
good at this by now. We're good at it's not like the first time we're using it and we're just like mouthing the words.
We're just like looking up to the corner, whistling to ourselves.
Mm.
I should have never given you so many sending stones. Yes. So you mentioned a lead. What would the next step be?
I don't think we know that ourselves.
Well, it's getting late. Are we staying here for the night, or are we trying to get back to Windbell?
I'll defer to my friends.
If it's really that late, we probably should just stay here the night. The person who needed to get back to his girlfriend
Yeah, it's
was
probably
able
close to 5. I mean,
I don't think we're labeled yet.
Oh.
Oh no, I think
Quite
you are.
official.
I think you are.
Sorry, your friend girl.
Your friend that's a female tabaxi.
There you go.
Yeah, she's got female tabaxi. That's right.
What would she call you?
Her male elf,
High elf.
high elf.
damn.
Bam.
All right,
They're
so you guys heading to Shepherd's Rest?
Yeah,
I'm heading to the McDavins,
it's probably a good call for us to not all be together.
and Lily can come with me.
Would you mind if I stayed at the inn?
I wouldn't mind, but I would love your company because I heard you did something completely awesome, and I want to see it.
Threw a knife at me. Oh, that awesome.
I want you to tell me all about
And
all
she
of your.
throws her knife at Twizzard again, and just as it's coming at him, shoo, back into her hand.
Every
See,
girl, there's 1,000 other things you could throw it at.
wasn't that awesome?
Really, I am very proud of you.
Oh, and also, and a cat appears in front of her.
Aww.
Isn't
Is
he?
this your familiar?
Yes, yes.
Does your cat have a name, Lily?
Well, I'm still trying to decide. If you have any
Is it-
suggestions, you know what? I will come with you. Let's discuss it.
All right.
All right, so Lily, the cat, and Agnes walk off. Finestel just sort of like, I'm going to the inn, and she heads to the inn.
Once I get to the McDavin house, I am going to put Lehman's tiny hut for me and my family and Lily, but no one else.
All right. All right. All right. You
Yeah.
guys head to the inn.
Magic what?
Finric and
No, they'll
Twizzard.
be allowed in.
Or we can, now that she's gone, we can all just fuck off back to Windbell. Um,
Yeah. So Finestel has gone into the Shepherd's Rest. Twizzard, Mr. Bones, and Finric are standing outside, and Agnes and Lily have retreated down the road to the McDevons.
hey, can we can group sending stone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's reach out to Skye.
Okay.
It's got up.
All right. So you buzz Skye, and after a moment, hello. Yes.
Hey,
Finric.
remember? Hey, long time no talk.
It's like 3 days.
You remember us? It's
Hard,
Finric
it's
and Twizzard.
been a while.
It's been pretty boring here. How are you?
Good. A little bit of adventuring. A little bit of went to the hot springs. They were not. They were kind of cold.
I found a beer.
But you found them. I mean that's amazing. They haven't been used in probably over 100 years.
Yeah, probably won't be used again. But
Fair enough.
but it was good, and we just sort of got this. I don't know. We got this funny feeling, and I just wanted to ask. I know we talked about about Falrith and our fear about him coming back, and that you might be able to detect him if he had returned from the astral plane, and just wanted to check and see if you had checked recently, and anything weird on that front.
Finric, I scry every day at noon. To my
Every day at
knowledge,
noon.
to my knowledge, he has not returned.
Okay.
I will not fail you in this.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we'll probably see you tomorrow.
Oh, that sounds delightful. Any flavor requests for my morning baking?
That's lemon poppy.
Delightful. And the
Excellent.
connection goes dead.
Or you better stop in there tomorrow and get that lemon poppy muffin.
Yep.
Oh man.
Wake up at the butt crack of dawn.
All right. So what do we do?
Well, while you think, and you and Twizzard think about that, we'll pop over to Paelias. You've basically ridden into Windbell, Paelias. He's just gone. Are you gone, Paelias?
Yeah. Windmill.
Okay. All right. You you ride your horse right up to the hitching post of the Church of the Rose. How do you want to proceed? You're at the door.
I'm at the door. Let's. What time is it?
You got there. Let's see. 15. Pushing hard. I'd say it's about 6 p.m. It's not that late at all.
All right.
Maybe a little after.
Yeah. So let's give it a knock.
All right.
Can I stop by for some flowers? Let's stop by for some flowers. That's a good idea.
Okay. Okay. At the market.
Yeah, we'll get some at the market.
Yeah. There's probably not a huge selection since they're sort of, still rebuilding and maybe haven't stocked that. But there's, let's say you have a small bouquet of violets.
That's nice. I like violets.
Okay.
Very, very, very nice. All right, let's knock.
You knock. Bridget opens the door. Yes.
Hi, Bridget. How are you?
Fine. Fine.
Is the lady Anne in?
She is. I will tell her you're here.
Oh well. Okay.
Door
great, thank
shuts.
you. Yeah.
And
Bridget, that's a squirrely one.
what's that?
She's a squirrely one. Bridget.
she is a squirrely one. All right, so Anne opens it up and she's like, "Oh, Paelias, I am glad you're back. How was your hot springs with the beautiful woman?"
Oh no, it wasn't like that. By the way, that's a nice hammer you have.
It's It's a mace.
Yeah, I guess you probably wouldn't have her stuff with her. Sorry.
Right?
I could say the
I
same
feel
about you. No.
I feel like maybe I should hold mine a little less threateningly.
Just pretend it's a bundle of flowers.
Oh, okay, that's fair. My dear Anne, this trip took much longer than expected, and I apologize for being away for so long. I got you these flowers.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Do a performance check.
Ooh, performance. Oh. It's always a surprise where it's gonna end up. Oh, +1. So I got 18.
All right. Yeah, she seems. She accepts the flowers. Well, that's very sweet of you, Paelias. I was worried. Did you uncover anything on your quest, as it were?
We did. Let's show her the amulet.
All right. Oh my. Have you shown her an amulet
I don't think she's
before?
seen any of the amulets, or I don't know how much she knows about any of this.
She knows about the dragon amulet because she was with us.
Yeah, she definitely knows about the
Yeah,
dragon amulet.
That's right.
What did you have to fight to get that one?
Oh wow, it was a bit of a boogeyman, I guess.
A boogeyman?
Yeah, that's what they call him. He pretended to be one of our accompaniments, and then he turned me into smoke, and then he tried to crush me in some cave-in. But I yelled truth at him, and he turned into his true form.
That's a lot to take in. And she sort of looks. She sort of looks around at that point. She's like, "What? I trust the rest of your party made it out. Are they here too?"
Oh yeah. No, I just rode ahead. I wanted to come back and say hi. I think they're staying over in Bellwether for another night.
You rode on. You rode on just to see me.
Of course. I missed you.
Aww.
Well,
I don't even think he needs to roll for that
come
one.
on, yes, come on in. You must be tired. You must be hungry.
Actually, I am a little hungry.
Let's make a meal together, and you can tell me all about it.
Oh, I love it. Yay!
All right. So you go in for your meal. We'll flash back to Twizzard and Finric and Mr. Bones standing on the one street of town in between the market and the Shepherd's Rest.
All right, so still sending stoning. So I guess we're gonna go back to Windbell tomorrow, and at some point our ship will be ready, and we need to check in with Elsa, and maybe she'll have some advice. And I wonder if there is some way for us to move forward where Finestel accompanies us to get the 5th amulet, or if we need to lose her.
And I'll say, if I have to, I will give Elsa my amulet for safekeeping.
To not have all 5.
To not have all 5 in one place, yeah.
All right.
Because darkness, I don't think it's going to be as powerful of an amulet if Finestrel's there. Like, she probably can see through magic darkness with one of her spells, so.
I didn't think I needed to fly in a hot spring, but I needed it.
That's true, but I feel like the darkness would be most, like, I would use my amulet probably, I don't know, I felt like invisibility was just as good as magical darkness for me, so.
Now, what's the one that Paelias has ostensibly?
We're not absolutely sure about that.
Uh,
It's either.
Agnes, you
It's
probably
Wolves at Bay.
you probably looked at it while you were sort of waiting to give it to him outside. Agnes, you recall, and certainly Paelias has it. It has a serpent basically embossed on it.
So it's the serpent one. Well, he can always go to Elsa or Skye to get that amulet
Examine.
examined, yeah.
I have to identify it.
Or he can wear it and just, try it out. Like I did with the spider amulet.
The old-fashioned way.
Right.
The old-fashioned way.
That's what you should do. Impress Anne. Put that thing on right now.
Well, as long as he only uses it once, he doesn't have to roll too high to not be turned into, in this case, I guess, some kind of cursed serpent.
Does it go up every time? Is that the deal?
This seems like a very chaotic neutral plan. I just
I'll probably wait to use it until we're in like some dire need, though.
Oh, you mean like your staff?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been waiting on that one.
Do you even remember that you have it?
I just remembered like literally like 10 minutes ago, and it's probably the first time I thought about it in weeks.
Maybe, Shawn, you could put that staff in his hand.
I could. Although then he'd have to either put down his mace or his shield. So that's
Okay.
that's a tough.
So you
That's
have
a
to
tough.
equip it.
Yeah, you'd have to equip it. You are attuned to it, but you would to I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I did a tune. I remember tuning.
Yeah, you are attuned to it. All right. Well, assuming Finric and Twizzard are going to go into Shepherd's Rest,
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is where we will end session for tonight.
all right.
Some
Long
questions ahead of us, some choices to make, some newfound power though. And thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next Friday for another episode of BND.